Hey, what's up, guys? Christopher Walker here from Truth Nutra, and today I want to talk to you about 5 unhealthy signs of hidden stress. Now, these are things that are, like I said, hidden. A lot of people don't actually know about them. That's why I put the thing there, cold feet. You know, this is one of the interesting things, and we're going to get into it here in a bit. Stress is literally the silent killer. Every time your body is in a state of stress, it's basically activating the stress response, whether that's a physical thing, an emotional thing, mental, social, etc. And your health is taking a hit every single time. If you think about how much anxiety the average person has on a daily basis, and this could be you, where that all adds up, and your body releases cortisol, and it can be chronically high over years and decades, to the point where stress starts to really wreak havoc in your life. Now, when the stress is big, like a very big acute stressor, or when it does last a long time and is chronic, your body never does get a chance to recover from it, and your health starts to get pummeled as a result. So over time, your body's going to recalibrate to this lower level of health, and that's where all of these diseases and health problems start to happen. So what we did was we looked at the kind of the state of everything. We developed something called the spectrum of health, and in this case, you're descending down that. And I'm gonna actually make up a like a graphical representation of this. But this is like when you're healthy on this spectrum, really your hormonal health is good, meaning you have balanced levels of protective hormones like testosterone, progesterone, pregnenolone, DHEA, thyroid, etc. These all have good, healthy, high baseline levels. And these are the ones that are commonly associated with youth, vitality, recovery, and health. But stress acts opposite to those. So I want to make sure that you are aware of these signs that I'm going to cover here in about 30 seconds, because this other side of the spectrum is different. And it basically is related to what we call the stress cascade. So adrenaline is going to trigger the release of cortisol. When you have low testosterone, you're going to have higher estrogen in general. You're going to have higher prolactin. Serotonin is not the happy hormone, which is what everyone says in the mainstream. That's a very overly simplistic view of it. It's actually not something that you want to have in excess at all. So again, quick thing: stop taking 5-HTP. Everyone takes that stuff. They all have a role in the body, but these things, when you're in this state of stress all the time, these are going to be high, and you're going to feel like crap. So I want to make sure that you are increasing your protective hormones and lowering the stress hormones. So let's look at the 5 signs of hidden stress. Now, here's just an overview, a nice, pretty graphic that our designer made. It's really cool. So, real quick: cold extremities, poor body temperature patterns, dysregulated sleep, brain fog and concentration, and poor appetite and weight gain. We're going to get into all that in detail right now. So first off is cold extremities. This is actually a really accurate sign of how healthy your metabolism is and how stressed out your body is in general. If you get cold hands and feet, cold genitals, stuff like that, commonly it means that you have poor functioning metabolism, but you're basically in a state of a stressed metabolism. Your stress is running your body. So you want to make sure that you are monitoring your extremities and just be aware of it. It's a very common thing it's very helpful actually to be aware of this, because you can tell instantly when you have excessive stress, and you can work on lowering it. Now, you want to make sure that your entire body is receiving healthy blood flow, and that the temperature is, and we're going to talk about this here in a second, at that 98.6 degrees or as close as possible to it. Now, a lot of people, even myself included, back about, I think it was 6 months ago, I measured took my temperature, my waking temperature, and it was like 96 degrees, which is a big sign of a stressed metabolism. And over the period of the last few months, I've done some dietary changes and lowered stress levels to get that back up over 98 degrees, and I feel really, really good now. So you want to, this is something that's very easy to do. Just take your temperature, and this is what we're going to talk about here. Poor body temperature patterns in general. You want to monitor your temperature. It's going to tell you quite a lot about your health and your state of stress. just with this tiny, accurate, very affordable, very accessible thing that you can do on a daily basis. Now, there are a couple ways to do it. You can do your morning temperature. So, that guy has a very flattering face. You want to, like I said, shoot for 98.6 degrees. I think a lot of you guys, when you try this, you'll be surprised at how low your temperature probably is. Like I said, I was very surprised. I know some friends who have started doing this too, and they were very surprised. One of them had a 95 degree temperature. It's very low. You can take that first thing in the morning. Also, another interesting thing is to take your temperature after you eat. This can help to be able to tell whether your body is running on a stress metabolism or not. Because if you eat a pro or an anti-stress meal, for example, a meal high in carbohydrates and sodium or minerals, that's very good for your thyroid. That's good for relaxation. That is actually, if you eat that kind of meal and then your temperature drops after the meal, it indicates that you're actually running on a stressed metabolism, because that kind of meal is going to suppress, or it's supposed to basically increase metabolic function. However, if it drops your temperature, that means that your cortisol is chronically high. So it's just a more nuanced but interesting way to check your temperature. Now, the next one is dysregulated sleep. In general, if you feel wired and tired, it means you're running on a stress metabolism. That's a hidden sign of stress. If you feel this way, you know exactly what I mean. I've been through phases like this in my life. It's very common, especially for people that, maybe in your career you work quite a lot, or you just have, a lot of looming anxiety in general. So I want to make sure that you know this and can, actively fight against it. So the fourth sign is brain fog and concentration issues. Chronic cortisol is going to kill brain cells. If you can't concentrate, that's not a normal, natural state of being. If you are procrastinating all the time, you have no focus when you're actually supposed to be working on something, that's a bad sign. That's a sign of chronic stress. Next thing is unexplained weight gain. It's basically like where you don't really eat that much, but you are gaining weight in an unexplained way. And that's because your body's become very reactive to stress. You're in this fight or flight mode all the time. So you want to be able to get out of that pretty quickly. And again, here's that cool graphic. Here we go. Just a recap of it. Cold extremities, poor body temperature patterns, dysregulated sleep, brain fog, concentration issues, and poor appetite coupled with weight gain. Now, something that will help, we developed this formula through Truth Nutra. It's called Cortigon. It's designed to actively lower your cortisol levels and rebalance them. It's not going to make your cortisol super low to an unhealthy point. It's designed to rebalance your cortisol levels. So if you have very high cortisol, this is the best anti-stress supplement that you'll be able to find. Also, since you're watching this YouTube video, I definitely wanted to show you this link. There's actually, if you go register over on our site on truthnutra.com/pages/register, I'll give you a 20% off coupon of your bottle of Cortigon. So that's a nice, easy way to save money on it. And we've gotten some awesome reviews, especially because here's one right here for ADHD. It helped with ADHD. And phosphatidylserine is the key ingredient in Cortigon. There's actually a ton of real amazing research on helping ADHD as well as lowering stress. These people, like this guy recommends it. It's awesome. Again, here, great for stressful days. Helps improve cognition. Basically, it works in your pituitary, like in your hypothalamic pituitary axis, which communicates with your adrenal glands, which basically is where that's kind of the axis of your stress response in general. So when Cortigon's acting on that, it's helping to balance it, helping to regulate it. You're going to feel less stressed, but you're also going to feel focused. See, there we go. More energy and a sharper brain. Feels less anxious. So that's really cool. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a like. And if you're not subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm really glad you're here. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you on the next video.